But I think really one of the traumatic events that happened in college for me was, so I actually ended up on the local Fox News channel. It was either, again, my sophomore or junior year, but I had bought a used car from a dealership. I had, wrecked another car before that. And I was back in school, and I was driving back from dropping I think it was then girlfriend off at her school, which is about 20 minutes away. And I don't endorse this whatsoever, I was somewhat intoxicated, and I got pulled over. So originally I thought I was getting pulled over for, a DUI or suspicion of, something. And when I pulled over, the cops had their guns drawn and said, don't move, put your hands on the wheel. And, immediately then it hit me. This wasn't a normal traffic stop. Come to find out is that the VIN on the car was registered as stolen out of the state of Rhode Island. And for those of you that don't know, in possession of a stolen vehicle I think it's a Class A felony.
Wow.
And they consider it a dangerous traffic stop. That's probably not the right word, but their feelings on stolen cars is that if you stole it from somebody, you're probably dangerous to some extent. So what happened was, because it was a Class A felony, is I went to prison. I went to jail for that night, and also then the next morning had to go in front of a judge and be handcuffed to a bunch of other, for lack of a better term, felons, and have to go in front of the judge. And knowing inside that, I'd bought this car from what I thought was a reputable dealer, it turns out that it was. There was just some paperwork errors. But being handcuffed to a bunch of other felons in front of a judge for not doing anything that was actually wrong was pretty horrible. And I remember, my dad picking me up and being like, what happened? And I didn't have any answers. I didn't know what to do. I think I actually probably went the same day after he dropped me off back at school, and probably drank. And, lo and behold, again, all of those things were false. Fox News, the local Fox News channel, actually interviewed me on my college campus about the incident, and it just
What did you
just
say
really
on
was
the news?
unfortunate. I think, again, I was kind of blown away by the entire scenario. Actually, one of my college friends, their dad was an attorney, and he was able to get all of the charges dropped, and actually thrown off my record or concealed off my record, so they'll never show up again because they were illegitimate. But I just remember how traumatic that event was, being in a car, with everyone and their guns drawn, and then being handcuffed to a bunch of other felons for something, again, that I didn't do, was probably the turning point in where my drinking got really, really bad and where the drug use entered. And I can say that today. I probably didn't realize it at the time, to be fair. But yeah, it really got bad after that.